All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning back into Psych Word. You are now on the couch with Rob Gerard. And on the line right now from Hot 93.7, we have DJ Kid Fresh. Fresh, you there?
What's going on with you, Pippin?
How's everything going, man?
Oh, you know I ain't chasing that money, dog.
So Fresh, man, let me tell you, everyone, I mean, you're pretty much the voice of Connecticut. I mean, you are the main DJ on 93.7, man. What does that feel like?
Well, you know what? When I first got up here, I told management, are y'all sure y'all want to hire me because I'm a Southern DJ and that's my roots, and I ain't finna change for nobody. And they were like, nah, Fresh, we want you to just be you, do you, just be who you are. And, you know, I've been up in there almost 13 years, you know, still representing for that dirty, but I realized I'm up here in Connecticut, so you know I got the show CT Long Island and 413 artists, Man Love at Night.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I mean, you have the number one spot, and you know, on the radio station, you know, you have that what is it, 6 to 10 slot, and
right,
and people know you as high energy, always having fun. I mean, I checked out the Instagram, I checked out the Twitter, man. You are always out there. You are out and about, CT, just having a blast.
Oh yeah, because I mean, you know what? When I first got into radio, I actually went to school for communication. So, you know, I had to start from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here. You know, and I made it a point a long time ago to understand what all goes into a successful radio show. And, you know, when someone was there to teach, I was there to learn. And I realized being a night jock, you know, you got to be out there in front of your audience, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So I made a point to make it my business to be out there with my audience. And I love being out in the street anyway. You know, what you see, what you get. I'm a high energy, fun, activity, you know, just whatever's fun, just count me in with it.
So, growing up, did you always know you wanted to be in radio, or were there other aspects of music that you wanted to be involved in?
Well, I mean, once I graduated from high school in Texas, I knew I wanted to be in radio. So, the fall after I graduated from high school, I was already in communication schools in Virginia. So I knew right after high school I wanted to be in radio. But I was always told that, you know what, Fresh, if you really and truly want to be in radio, it's a long process. You need to go get some training and learn how to actually be a radio jock and a radio personality. Because what people don't realize, there's a big difference between a radio jock versus a radio personality. DJ Craig G, DJ Big Man, DJ Michi, those are radio jocks. Kid Fresh, Jenny Boone, we are radio personalities. And I had to learn how to do both.
Wow, and that's something that I don't think is too commonly distinguished. You know what I mean? Like the average person doesn't know that. The average person doesn't know the difference. But then when you hear you talking on the radio, you could tell that you have that personality, because if you take the personality away from you, it's kind of like, okay, then what?
Right. Well, and that's another reason why I like being in the streets. And one of the things I do a lot of, I go to schools, high schools, middle schools, because I have kids myself. So, and I remember growing up, you know, how fun it was when we had guest speakers. You know, I made it a point being a radio jock at night that, you know, I like to be in front of my audience, whether it's adults or kids. And I love going to kids, you know, I love going to schools, especially for career days, and just talking to the kids about, you know, when you grow up, you're going to decide on a career. I always tell kids to always make sure you pick a career doing something that you enjoy doing. Because if you look at the older generation, a lot of the older generation, they got jobs they hate. They don't want to be there. They're always fussing and fighting when they come home because they're frustrated about their job. And I tell these kids, you know, you have an opportunity when you get older to pick a career doing something that you enjoy doing. You know, when you get older, you have an opportunity to pick a career. And I always tell them, make sure that you research and pick a career that you enjoy doing. Because when you pick a career and you enjoy what you do, you are going to tend to want to be the best at it. I was just recently watching Kobe Bryant interview, and that's one of the things that he said. He said, you know, I picked a career doing what I like to do. And when you have a career doing what you like to do, you don't look at it as work. So you're going to want to be the best at it. And that's what I did. You know, like I said, right after high school, I knew what I wanted to do. But I was advised, you know, if radio is your future, Fresh, then learn all you can about it. You know, and I enjoy doing what I do, and I try to stay humble and hungry.
Now, everything that you're saying, man, that sounds like great career advice for any field that anyone's in.
Exactly. It's not just for radio. It's for anything, whether you want to be a lawyer, whether you want to be a police officer, whether you want to be a doctor or a professional athlete. If that's what you enjoy doing and that's what you are passionate about, give it your all and pick that as your career.
So, any advice for anyone that's saying, you know what, I think I want to be in radio, I think I might want to go to Connecticut School of Broadcasting, or I might want to go get a communications degree. Are there any advice you want to give them, or any like warning signs like, listen, just be prepared for this, I just want to let you know?
Well, the first thing I would tell you is if you're really serious about making radio your future, find out courses you can take on getting some training. Because another mistake that people have about radio, a lot of people think that all radio is a bunch of fat old white guys just talking behind a mic. And that is so far from the truth. Because what they don't realize, there are a lot of different departments to radio. You got programming, you got sales, you got promotions, you got research. There are a lot of different avenues involving the radio umbrella. So if you're really serious about getting in the radio industry, get your training. Get some training. If someone's willing to teach you, you need to be willing to learn.
Great advice. Great advice. Now, let me shift gears for a minute. You are known for showing Connecticut artists, Massachusetts artists love on the radio. Now, what advice would you give to upcoming musicians? Because we all know everyone's a musician, so there's a ton of them out there. What advice would you give them?
Well, this advice I'm about to give these artists might piss some of them off, but you know what? Real recognize real. And one thing artists know about Kid Fresh, I'm not going to waste your time. You know what I'm saying? If you got some good stuff, I'm going to tell you it's good. If it ain't good, I'm going to tell you go back to the drawing board. You know, the first thing I would tell artists is you only going to go as far as you and your team. So it is very important, first of all, if you're really serious about getting in the industry, you got to have a good team around you. You know, you got to have a good producer, you got to have a good manager, you got to have a good lawyer, and you mostly got to have a good, hungry street team. You got to have people out here that are willing to go out there in front of other people and represent you and y'all movement. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of artists think and believe that all they got to do is go into the studio and put together a song and give it to Kid Fresh and it's going to blow up. And I said, yeah, you're going to blow up, all right. You need to stop blowing these needles in your arm. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. It's a long process. And also tell artists, you got to have promotional money to promote yourself. So another mistake that artists make is they'll take all the money they have into producing their music, and then once the music is produced and it's done, all the money's gone. So they have no money to promote themselves. You got, in this day and age, like you said, there's rappers, producers, R&B singers, hip-hop singers on every block in every hood. So how are you going to differentiate yourself from everybody else? And the way you do that is you get out. It's called promotion. You got to get out here and promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these artists are like part-time rappers. You know, they treat it like a weekend hobby. And those are the kind of artists I stay away from. And I can pretty much peep what kind of artist you are quickly in talking to you. If you ain't got promotional money to promote yourself, the late Biggie Smalls said it. Don't be mad UPS is hiring. And that's the best advice I can give to these artists out here that are really hungry and passionate about making this a career versus the artists out here that are treating this like a weekend hobby.
And there's a lot of weekend rappers in Connecticut.
There's too many of them. That's how come. That's the biggest reason why Connecticut don't have a signature rapper, don't have a signature R&B artist. Because there's too many wannabe artists out there. They want to be artists, but they're not willing to put the hard work and determination and blood and sweat it takes for that road to success.
All right, so if any artist out there wants to get a hold of you, wants to for promotional reasons or you know, anything, to send you some music, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, the best way to get in contact with me is on my Facebook, /Boom Space Bangin' Fresh. That's my new Facebook page. Or you can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter @KidFresh937. Because I'm on social media all day, every day.
Beautiful, beautiful. You got to stay in contact with the people, right? I mean, it sounds like that's what you're doing. You're out there, you're doing it, and you talked about how, you know, you keep in touch with the high school kids and stuff like that. I know all you have to do is give one listen to your show, and it's a different high school. It sounds like every night that's saying, you know, that, you know, we're the Chester cheerleaders, and you're listening to Kid Fresh, you know?
There you go. Shout out my Rams over there at Chester. You know I love my Rams at Chester. And, you know, and speaking of, we just started our huge Hot 937 prom takeover. So to all the high school students out there, juniors and seniors, make sure you log on to that hot937.com and enter your name or your school and what class you're in so we can come take over your prom and do it the right way.
Wow. All right, man. Kid Fresh, thank you very much for stopping by Psych Word. It was a pleasure interviewing you, man.
Anytime, baby. Anytime you need me, holler at me, dog.